more people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, 2 people accused of stabbing a man during a Belfast robbery have been found in Bangor.
Plus a rally in Augusta where people were pressing lawmakers to fund recovery centers around the state.
And we'll also catch up with a group that's working hard to restore an old locomotive to its former glory.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us today. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, a check of the weather. It was raining a little lightly as I came in today, and it looks like that's what we're going to be dealing with for much of the day today.
I know. Rainy day plans, pull them out of the notes list.
There's a good thing about the rain, though, and we'll have that story coming up a little later on.
Good point. Yeah. Good point. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling out here this morning. We're watching for more precipitation and, of course, more fog again in a few spots, although not as widespread in the fog department this morning. We're starting to look a lot better in that regard, so we should be okay. There's no advisories at all across the entire state, so we're looking pretty good in that regard too. We've had rain moving through this morning, even some thunderstorms along the coastline as well. So we'll be watching for more showers and even a few rumbles of thunder as we head through today. But otherwise, as we zoom things out, here's the area, low pressure right about in here. It'll continue to track off towards the north and east very slowly, but several wet days still on the way though before this thing finally starts to get out of here later on. So futurecast for today, scattered showers and thunderstorms expected. We'll back things off a little bit later on tonight as more fog develops, but there will be more rain on the way, especially by Friday afternoon. The winds won't be too bad, though, roughly at around 5 miles per hour or less. The directions will change, though, depending on where you're at. But again, the winds remaining very relaxed, even through parts of Friday afternoon. So for today, the lower 70s, scattered showers and thunderstorms with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tonight, middle 50s, showers early, then areas of dense fog. The wind again looking nice and calm. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Watching for more showers with temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. The search has ended for 2 people accused of carrying out a brutal robbery in Belfast. Acting on a tip, police located the 2 suspects last night in Bangor and made the arrests. 20-year-old Justin Wilmot and 19-year-old Isabella Newey are both from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Police believe they're the pair who robbed a man early Monday morning and stabbed him multiple times. The victim says it happened near a wooded trail and encampment west of Route 1 near the CMP power lines. Chief Robert Cormier says the incident is a reminder to stay safe on Maine's trails and avoid hiking alone.
If you're out hiking and you notice something that doesn't look right and it doesn't feel right, the best thing to do is try to get to a place of safety and call us. We'd rather come out and have it be nothing than have someone get hurt.
Justin Wilmot is now charged with attempted murder, elevated aggravated assault, armed robbery, and falsifying physical evidence. Isabella Newey is charged with armed robbery, criminal conspiracy, and also falsifying physical evidence. Both are being held at the Waldo County Jail without bail. The victim was brought to Maine Medical Center with life-threatening injuries.
The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office says a firefighter and a sheriff's deputy were assaulted after responding to a fire in Orrington. They say 62-year-old Erlene Morgan, who owned the burning home, was being, quote, agitated and confrontational towards the firefighters trying to extinguish the burning building on Tuesday night. When the firefighters tried to gain entry to the home, Morgan allegedly pushed one of them out of the way. The sheriff's office says a deputy tried to de-escalate the situation, but when the deputy tried to escort Morgan away from the fire, she allegedly punched him in the face and later bit his forearm. The deputy was treated at the hospital for his injuries. Morgan was arrested and transported to Penobscot County Jail. She is charged with assault on an officer, refusing to submit to arrest, assault, and obstructing government administration.
Well, meanwhile, a federal judge in Bangor has dismissed a sexual harassment lawsuit against former District Court Judge Charles Budd Jr. In the lawsuit, a female Wellspring Treatment Center employee named Samantha Pike and a District 6 prosecutor named Natasha Irving both accused Budd of sexual harassment during a conference all 3 attended in Nashville back in 2022. According to the 26-page decision from Judge Lance Walker, he dismissed the suit against Budd Jr., who you see here, because, quote, the allegations in this case do not describe a plausible quid pro quo or retaliation scenario, end quote. Judge Walker also wrote that the plaintiffs failed to suggest that Budd ever attempted to exert authority over the women's lives or employment prospects. Documents show Natasha Irving alleged that Judge Budd sexually propositioned her just a few minutes after meeting her for the first time and did so in front of another colleague while they were at that Nashville conference. Samantha Pike alleged Budd followed her to her hotel room one evening under false pretenses, and that Budd also followed her around several venues at the conference, repeatedly coming up behind her or standing behind her, making her feel uncomfortable and even fearful. It is unclear whether the women plan to appeal the dismissal.
The city of Brewer approved its new municipal budget on Tuesday, which included a decrease in property taxes. The property tax rate is set to decrease by 4.7% following the city's approval of a $16.7 million budget. It was made possible thanks to additional school funding from the state and additional municipal revenue sharing funds for the city.
Property values have been growing at a very marked pace in the last few years. And Brewer's been trying to keep up with that because we're a 100% full value community. So we attempt to keep our assessed valuations current with market values.
Fussell says that they haven't seen property taxes drop this much since around 2005. However, she says the overall tax base is increasing about 6% due to valuation growth on sales. So some may actually be seeing increases on their tax bills depending on the location or condition of their home. If people don't think their property value matches the market value, they're encouraged to talk with the city assessor.
Well, members of the Maine Recovery Advocacy Project joined other Recovery Center representatives at the State House in support of a bill that would help fund those organizations. Our Matthew Jaroncic has that story.
Recovery cannot wait.
Recovery advocates and statewide recovery centers called on legislators in supporting a bill they say would keep these centers open.
Even though we just opened the Hills Recovery Center a few weeks ago, we only have funding to keep the doors open for 2 years.
According to the National Library of Medicine, recovery centers start out funded by either the state or the federal government. Afterwards, they receive funding either through donations or fundraisers. LD 1714 is sponsored by Representative Umbreen Rana of Bangor. It would require 12% of sales and excise tax paid monthly by the cannabis industry to go to recovery centers.
More funding means more outreach. It means more programs. It means that we're able to reach people in those rural areas where there aren't a lot of resources.
There are 19 recovery centers across Maine. Peer-to-Peer Recovery Center is one of the 4 centers that has a contract with the state worth $50,000. The organization's CEO Ginger Collins says the funding is simply not enough.
We're basically able to pay our mortgage and our electric. And from there, we have very little to spend.
Others, like the Larry Labonte Recovery Center, have to make tough decisions in order to stay afloat.
We might want to order in T-shirts just to be able to promote ourselves or be able to do events, and the money's just not there to do it. I'd love to see us be able to have more hours open and everything else, but it's just not feasible. The budget's not there. The money's not there.
Representative Rana says LD 1714 is expected to be voted on by the House and Senate within the next few weeks. In Augusta, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A family of ducklings is safe this morning thanks to the Ogunquit Fire Department. The baby ducks were discovered swimming in a storm drain with the nervous mother pacing nearby. Firefighters and public works crews managed to remove the cover and climb down to retrieve the ducklings. They were all pulled to safety and reunited with a very relieved mother.
Very nice.
Yeah, those are nice photos.
Yeah, they never know what they're going to respond to.
Right.
In this case, they helped a little family of duckies.
I'm sure they liked responding to that one.
Yeah.
The time now is 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, it's looking like Mainers may get to decide whether to change Maine's official state flag. We'll have the latest.
But first, another check of your weather forecast. Looks like showers on the way today. The high near 71 degrees. We can expect showers in areas of dense fog overnight with lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, another cloudy day on the way. A chance of afternoon thunderstorms with a high near 74.
It's time to celebrate the amazing men, the real-life superheroes in our lives. And tomorrow, GMA's doing just that with our most epic live Father's Day surprise for one amazing dad. Get the tissues ready tomorrow. See it live at 7 a.m. on Good Morning America.
Hi, I'm Alice Seeger. Welcome to Belfast Fiber Arts. We provide hand-woven, hand-spun, knitted and quilted, upcycled clothes, and art items for your home. We also feature weaving looms, spinning wheels, and supplies. We are a weaving studio and a makerspace with a sewing lab and a textile research library. We offer classes, workshops, and study groups. So stop by and visit us at Belfast Fiber Arts. We're at 171 High Street in Belfast between the Colonial Theatre and the Beanbag Store. We look forward to seeing you.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Can a lawyer start working on my case for no money up front?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the twos. We win for you.
Call 222-2222.
What's the least sexy thing your wife has ever worn in the bedroom?
Granny panties, Steve.
Don't miss Family Feud. Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7. Are you a local World War II veteran? Or do you know a World War II veteran who may be interested in telling and preserving their story for a future broadcast? Call ABC 7 at 945-6457, extension 3106, or email us at www.wvii.com.
A group of Mainers are working hard to get an important piece of the state's history back on track. Devin Dagnall takes us there.
And it's almost unbelievable, the number of people who are out very early this morning with their cameras and people who are just down to take a look at Locomotive 470, all tricked up and looking like $4 million.
On June 13th, 1954, Maine Central Railroad Engine 470 made its last trip from Portland to Bangor.
69 years later, the New England Steam Corporation is working hard to restore it so it can make a few more scenic trips.
Hi, my name's Leverett Fernald. I am Chief Mechanical Officer and President of New England Steam Corporation.
Since 2016, New England Steam has gone back and forth between raising money for the restoration and actually working on it. Despite the obstacles they have overcome and the ones still remaining in their way, the group remains undeterred and plans on having the locomotive eventually join the Down East Scenic Railroad system.
All of us with New England Steam feel this is an important part of the history of the state of Maine and the Maine Central Railroad. This was once a very important part of our transportation system, and we feel that it deserves to be preserved and deserves to be operated again.
Say, would it be possible by any chance to get a blast on that whistle? Wonderful, wonderful sound.
Fernald says restoring the train is about more than just having an old set of wheels on the tracks. It's about honoring the legacy of railroad workers from years past.
You think of all the people that it took to do all of that, and they made it happen.
Tell me from a railroader's standpoint, and a fellow like yourself, how long have you been in railroading, Mr. Moore?
Ever since 1917. It's hard to appreciate that when none of this stuff is left around to observe, and we kind of hope to preserve that part of it.
Due to funding constraints, Fernald isn't sure when the train will be operational, but he does know what it will take.
If somebody handed us $1 million right now, we could probably have this done in 5 years or less.
If you happen to have $1 million or just some spare cash lying around, donations can be made at newenglandsteam.org. In Hancock, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, isn't that neat? Can't wait to see it all finished. Well, Mainers who head to the polls this fall will have the option of deciding on a new state flag. The choice, either keep the current blue flag or change it to an interpretation of the original 1901 version. Asia Reed has the story.
Every week, Maine Flag Company makes 125 sewn products in 25 different types of flags. This one, which can be seen flying from many Maine homes, is one of them. Contrary to popular belief, that flag wasn't designed more than 120 years ago. It was created just 8 years ago.
We don't really have an original flag from 1901. That artifact doesn't exist.
Maine Flag co-owner Bethany Field says all that was left behind was a description of a tan flag with a pine tree in the center and a polar star. This flag, created in 2015, is the company's interpretation of that. Field says there are many variations of the flag that have been created. Her company used a different one 10 years ago, based on the 1939 flag.
We actually started with Maine's other official flag. It's the Maine Merchant and Marine flag.
Mainers might get to vote on what the state flag should be. A referendum question could be on November's ballot, asking if folks want to replace the current flag. The official design of what a new flag could look like is still up for debate. It could look similar to Maine Flag Company's depiction, or it could look a little more lifelike. That's up to the Secretary of State.
One company utilizes the more modern-looking 1939 version of the tree. Another company utilizes a more lifelike version.
So why give an option to change back to the original flag?
I've seen this flag on more houses and in other iterations throughout the state.
Field agrees and says the current one is a little bland.
Right now, it sort of blends into, another 12 or 14 that look very similar.
The House and Senate have both passed a bill on the language of the referendum question. Now it goes to the governor's office. If she signs it, it will be on the November ballot.
What do you think? Old flag or new flag?
I like the new one.
Yeah?
But maybe that's a product of me being young, because I've heard some people, our chief photographer had some very choice words
some
about
people are very
his hatred
passionate.
for it.
Yeah.
And that cracked me up, and I was like, I think you're being ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I kind of like the new flag too.
Yeah.
I like the old flag, so it's hard to decide.
Our producer brought up, from a marketing standpoint, it's fantastic. It's simple. Take a look at South Carolina with the palm tree and the moon. That's easily recognizable.
Right.
I have to zoom into the current Maine flag as we have it to understand what's even on there.
And it looks like so many other state flags. So,
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. The aspects of it are beautiful, but this is easily recognizable instantly.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we'll see what happens there.
Yep, we'll see. Okay, the time now is 6:16. After the break, we'll check out the Flag Day ceremony that was hosted by the local American Legion in Herman yesterday.
Plus, believe it or not, we'll have some encouraging news about the state of the economy. Back with more right after this.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Call the twos. We win for you.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town. Have they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down? They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying two, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. American Legion Post 200 in Herman commemorated Flag Day with a ceremony retiring flags. The annual ceremony dates back generations, where veterans take damaged and unused flags and properly retire them. Surrounded by local first responders, the ceremony gives each flag's story and history a quiet ending.
Everybody's looking at the way we're treating these flags. It gives you memories of past wars, of past reasons why we fly the flag, and it lets us just feel like we've given closure.
After the ceremony ends, the flag's ashes are buried in various locations, but never in a place that will be disturbed by outside sources.
It's kind of neat they still do that. It's good to show the next generation the proper way to do things.
Absolutely,
and
a sign of respect.
Respect for the flag.
Yep. All right, the time now is 6:19.
Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. Alrighty, here we are. Fog isn't too bad after this morning, no. Again, look at this. Not very widespread, so no advisories at all across the entire state. We're looking pretty good there. We do have rain that's moving through this morning, tracking from the south going toward the north, so we'll keep that going as the day progresses on, though, with more scattered showers and even some thunderstorms as we head towards the afternoon period. As we zoom things out just a bit, here's one area of low pressure right about in here, bringing us some rain this morning and some thunderstorms later on. There's another front off for the north and west, too. We'll be watching for more scattered showers and thunderstorms again as we head towards Friday afternoon. Let's break all this down with Futurecast. So again, showers, even a few rumbles of thunder during the afternoon period today, and a little bit this morning as well. By later on tonight, that starts to back off. We'll have some clouds and areas of dense fog as well. By Friday, we start off calm, but more scattered showers and thunderstorms expected, especially in the western parts of the state during the afternoon and evening time frame. And we'll kind of hold it there, though, especially as we head towards early Saturday morning, but a few of those showers could track off towards the east. We're going to run this all the way through parts of tonight, though, midnight Friday morning. Some areas could get close to 2/10 of an inch of rain, but otherwise, though, nothing very widespread, so it's going to be very hit and miss with how much rain that you do receive. Running this all the way through at least Monday, and some areas could see up to an inch of rain before we're all finished up there, if not just a little bit more. Our average high temperature is 75 degrees, lower to middle 70s today and tomorrow, upper 60s for you Saturday, lower 60s Sunday, back in the middle 60s Monday, upper 60s Tuesday, and then the upper 70s. Here we go as we head towards next Wednesday. Let's talk about the dew point, though. Again, the dew points are expected to be up a little bit, at least two parts of Friday. Friday reaching for possibly the middle 60s in a few areas, so that will feel a little humid out there. Then falling back Saturday and even more comfortable as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and also in your Tuesday. So for today, lower 70s, scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. By tonight, we have showers early, lows in the middle 50s, areas of dense fog on the way again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, some afternoon thunderstorms on the way, highs in the mid 70s. That northwest wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. So lower 70s today, middle 70s again tomorrow. Showers possible Saturday and Sunday, so Father's Day not looking great. A smaller chance for rain on Monday, highs in the mid 60s.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Can I talk to a lawyer for free? Could a lawyer deal with the insurance company and all of the paperwork? Shouldn't I just trust the system to pay me what's fair?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the twos and let's talk about your case.
I call the twos, and Lowry and Associates got me $450,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Kane Brown, Drunk or Dreaming Tour. June 22nd, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Special guest, Gabby Barrett. And Restless Road. See one of country music's hottest superstars, Kane Brown, live. Tickets on sale now at KaneBrownMusic.com. Kane Brown.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales in Hancock. Come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's more than a tagline, it's the way we do business. Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company. We have a passion for the art of tattooing and piercings. Come into a clean, relaxing atmosphere with well-rounded artists. Your dream home awaits. Patriot Homes offers 100% custom-built modular homes. Bring your plans in or let us help design your dream home.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to encouraging news about the economy and ongoing efforts to stem inflation. This week, a Labor Department report shows another slight dip in inflation as the Federal Reserve moves to hold off on raising its benchmark interest rates. For now, ABC's Justin Finch in Washington with a look at what it means for you and your money.
After the Federal Reserve wrapped its June meeting with a decision to freeze its benchmark interest rate, Fed Chair Jerome Powell signaling more hikes are likely.
Looking ahead, nearly all committee participants view it as likely that some further rate increases will be appropriate this year to bring inflation down to 2% over time.
The June pause follows 10 straight interest rate hikes since March 2022, raising borrowing rates and nearly doubling mortgage rates. Average credit card interest rates jumping to a new record. The Fed's decision comes as we're getting a closer look at the latest Consumer Price Index, an inflation gauge measuring the change in prices Americans pay for goods and services. The CPI for May shows a 4% increase compared to a year ago, a big improvement over the 9% peak rate last June. Moody's Analytics finds American households are still paying more than $260 each month on average for the same daily essentials compared to this time last year. Despite that, consumers are still spending and new job creation remains solid.
The labor market, I think, has surprised many, if not all, analysts over the last couple of years with its extraordinary resilience.
Financial analysts expect the Fed will closely consider U.S. labor market and inflation trends at its next rate hike meeting.
If we don't see continued improvement on the inflation front and some of the easing in the labor market, if we don't see both of those things, the Fed is likely to be back in the game of raising interest rates.
The White House calls that May Consumer Price Index good news for hardworking families, but says there's still more work to do to improve the economy.
If you need to take your car into the shop, the work could take longer than usual. That's because there's a nationwide shortage of auto mechanics, causing a backlog in repairs. Fox News multimedia reporter Jake Karalexis is outside of Seattle with more on how shortages are affecting local garages.
More older mechanics have been retiring, and it's been a struggle for shops to fill those open positions thanks to a shortage of trained workers.
It's been tough, especially since the pandemic.
Emily's Garage just had an opening for a new auto technician. Manager Nolan Bailey says it took them a lot longer than it used to find the right fit.
Usually you could put out an application and, you know, when people are work hungry, you'd get 20, 30 applicants maybe in a week or two. In this case, we got maybe 4 or 5 applicants over the course of 2 months.
According to the National Automobile Dealer Association, around 76,000 auto mechanic positions open up every year, but only 39,000 workers are coming out of technical colleges or training programs.
We're starting to see a lot of the old timers time out of this repair industry, and it's really getting scary for our community.
Emily's Garage has had to increase wages to attract candidates.
We had to get pretty competitive with pricing. We pay our guys very fairly.
Benavidez says not enough high schoolers are getting into the field.
We've lost that communication probably in the late 90s, early 2000s with the high schools and their programs, and we're looking to get that back, but it's going to be a slow process.
The National Automobile Dealers Association says if the auto mechanic shortage keeps getting worse, folks who need to get their cars fixed will have to pay more and wait longer for those repairs.
Not just the auto mechanics area, I think it's all the trades.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll catch up with a veteran from Wyndham who's walking all the way from Lubec to Miami and across the country to San Diego, then up to Washington State, all to raise awareness of a cause important to him.
All the details on that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
If you like shopping at Rennie's, you might like working at Rennie's as well. Great benefits, 20% employee discount.
Whether it's a job or career, Rennie's has so much to offer. Store associate, customer service, human resources, delivery driver. Go to rennies.com for more info.
Make your waterfront even more fun and more functional than it already is with a ShoreMaster premium dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond is the country's largest stocking ShoreMaster dealer, with standing docks, rolling docks, floating docks, and boat lifts for any watercraft. ShoreMaster's nearly limitless customization options make it easy to create the perfect dock system for your needs. Take your shoreline to the next level with ShoreMaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Buy your steak and meats for grilling this summer.
Scudic & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit scudicandbloom.com or call 844-SCUDIC.
If you like shopping at Rennie's, you might like working at Rennie's as well. Great benefits, 20% employee discount.
Whether it's a job or career, Rennie's has so much to offer. Store associate, customer service, human resources, delivery driver. Go to rennies.com for more info.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is June 15th, 2023. Today is also World Elder Abuse Awareness Day.
It can be hard to imagine that anyone would want to harm an elderly person, but unfortunately, elder abuse is a widespread problem. Some instances of abuse are intended to exploit them financially, and in other cases, it's simply negligence that turns violent. When caregivers don't provide basic necessities like nutritious food, appropriate medication, safety or assistance with hygiene, those are those types of things that are considered abuse. If you see something in instances like these, say something and report it to the appropriate agency.
Sometimes it's financial. They fall, they prey on elderly people for like financial scams and things like that.
Right.
So,
it's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huge problem in Maine and other places.
And I think first responders see it plenty. Yeah.
Moving on now, on this day in history, back in 1869, the world's first plastic celluloid was patented by John Wesley Hyatt in Albany, New York. That's a form of a photo, right? A celluloid?
Just plastic.
Just plastic? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what it is. I think they used to call that like cellulose or something like the old photos. Anyway.
Well, cellulose is used to develop photos.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning something new here every day.
I think.
Meanwhile, a few years later, in 1877, Henry Ozian Flipper became the first African American to graduate from West Point Military Academy.
So cool. And in 1916, the Boy Scouts of America formed. 1924, Ford Motor Company reported that it had manufactured their 10 millionth automobile. I think that's crazy. It only took 10, 15 years. But that changed the world.
Everybody wanted cars.
Yeah. And they could afford them then. The Depression hadn't hit quite yet.
Yeah.
And in 1924, J. Edgar Hoover assumed leadership of the FBI. I forget it was that early on for him as well.
For birthdays today, we have rapper and actor Ice Cube, who is 53. Actress and filmmaker Courtney Cox is 58 today. And it's also the birthday of American actress Leah Remini. She is 52.
I think it's Ramini.
Ramini?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
She's cool. I love her in King of Queens.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah.
Like, she's a Scientologist and all that. Or
Well,
was a Scientologist. Now she's the one trying to bring him down.
That's slanderous to call her. Yeah, she grew up like out of, it wasn't, I don't think she consented to that. There's like a whole Netflix thing. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's worth the watch, I'd say. Either way, rainy day. It's good for something on Netflix.
Yeah,
kind
good
of a
day
bummer.
to watch Netflix. Here's Devin with the details.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling out here this morning. We're watching for more precipitation and, of course, more fog again in a few spots, although not as widespread in the fog department this morning. We're starting to look a lot better in that regard, so we should be okay. There's no advisories at all across the entire state, so we're looking pretty good in that that regard too. We've had rain moving through this morning, even some thunderstorms along the coastline as well. So we'll be watching for more showers and even a few rumbles of thunder as we head through today. But otherwise, as we zoom things out, here's the area, a little pressure right about in here. It'll continue to track off towards the north and east very slowly, but several wet days still on the way though before this thing finally starts to get out of here later on. So futurecast for today, scattered showers and thunderstorms expected. We'll back things off a little bit later on tonight as more fog develops, but there will be more rain on the way, especially by Friday afternoon. The winds won't be too bad though, roughly at around 5 miles per hour or less. The directions will change though depending on where you're at, but again, the winds remaining very relaxed even through parts of Friday afternoon. So for today, the lower 70 scattered showers and thunderstorms with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tonight, middle 50s showers early, then areas of dense fog. The wind again looking nice and calm. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Watching for more showers with temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Well, this was pretty neat. It's day 13 of one man's quest to see the four corners of the country on foot.
He's calling the expedition Walk USA. Matt Dyer is from Wyndham, but right now he's walking from Lubec down to Miami, across the country to San Diego, and then up to Olympia, Washington. He calls it doing the four corners. He says making the journey on foot at a slower pace has afforded him the opportunity to see things he's never seen before. When asked why he embarked on this journey in the first place, he had a lot to say.
So that's the hardest question to answer because there's 1,000 different answers and a new one comes every day. But it started just as a fitness challenge. I really like to exercise, and now it's like the people. Just every day, you wouldn't believe the people I meet. Meeting the people and the interactions that get me up in the morning with a smile every single day, and not oh, I don't want to walk today. Like, that doesn't happen.
Well, he said he's not trying to raise awareness for a cause or anything like that. He says it's just all about meeting people, seeing the country, and sharing the special moments of his adventure along the way. He says there's no specific timetable for his walk.
Very cool.
Kind of a Forrest Gump thing.
I know, that's the only thing I can associate it with.
Little walk.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
Don't ask too many questions.
Good for him.
Yeah. All right, when we return, Ryan Sudol will have all the latest with sports.
We'll also have our Pet of the Week segment.
Yes, Catherine Ravenscraft took a vacation, so we have a bit of a different Pet of the Week segment this week.
All right, we'll look forward to that coming up.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
The first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance, on-road and off, that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
He was just here this morning showing us his tractor, and there were some parts that I've never seen loose on another tractor before. And I was like, how did you do that?
That's like Rhino style.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Wednesday, Regional Championship Day for all of our local baseball and softball teams, so we have a ton of action to get to. Let's kick things off in Bangor at Mansfield Stadium. Class D North title game between Bangor Christian and the top-seeded Katahdin Cougars. First inning, Jason Libby on second. Micah Roberts skies one. Looks like it's going out of play, but look at the hustle from Kyle McNally to snag it for the out. 2 batters later, Libby on third. Pitch gets away, and he skips home for the game's first run. He would get it done on the mound, too. He's going to get the backwards K here to end the inning with the Patriots up 1. To the third now, Libby up with a runner on first. He gets all of this pitch coming up right here. That is in the gap. John Benjamin scores. Libby's on third with a triple, and the Patriots win it 12-1. They get St. Dom's in the state title game. Penobscot Valley and Machias battling now for the D North softball final. Howlers up in this one. Lauren Vino gets Chloe Savage to pop under this one to end the frame. PVH up 4-1. Bottom of the frame, Jada Case doing her thing too. She gets Vino swinging through this one to get the Bulldogs out of the inning. Same score now. 2 runners on for Jaden Anderson. She gets a hold of that one. That gets past the outfielders. 2 runs coming to score. We have a 1-run game now. Anderson on second. All tied up. Lauren Wood at bat. She skies this one into no man's land. That falls, and Cassandra Dahl scores. Bulldogs have the lead, and they would not give it up. Case continued to dominate on the mound. She gets the win. Machias heading to the state finals with a 9-4 victory.
I think we just had to stay up the whole time and make sure that we're not getting down on ourselves, and this win means a lot to us because we lost last year on the Northern Final, so I think it's a great comeback and we're really excited.
Let's go to the Class B North softball finals now. Herman trying to get it done against Nokomis. Top of the 4th here. Cameron King up with a runner on first. Hits one to short. Great throw from Lindsey Reed to get the out, but the run scores for the Warriors. Same inning here. This is Reagan King with a runner in scoring position. She rips one through the hole and left. That makes it 5-2 Nokomis, but Braylon Wilcox would settle down. The high cheese here gets Mia Coots swinging to end the frame. But Coots on the mound just too good. She gets Liv Johnston with some high cheese of her own here. And then the Warriors would add some insurance. Megan Watson is going to rip this one into right. That brings home Cameron King. Nokomis is your Class B North champs. They win it 6-2.
I mean, it was awesome. Mia threw very well. Megan had a key hit. We were all hitting really well. We were gelling today a lot. We just need to hit. If we hit well, it makes life a lot easier for Mia, and then she can relax and do her thing.
To the Class B North baseball final now. Old Town and Ellsworth going at it. Coyotes looking for revenge from last year. Top of the 3rd, Ellsworth with the bases loaded. That doesn't bother Gabe Gifford. He gets the batter swinging to end the frame. Bottom of the 3rd, Old Town up 1-0. They have him loaded. Alex McAnnell grounds to first. Dawson Curtis makes the play, but that brings in a run. Credit him with the RBI. Same frame here. Preston Vos at the dish for the Coyotes. He skies one into the outfield. That's plenty deep to bring in Lucas Moore. Coyotes up 4-0 now. Ellsworth would get out of the frame, though. Peter Kablinski going to strand a few runners with a strikeout here, but it was plenty of insurance for Gifford and the Coyotes. They go on to win this one 5-0, and they will play for their 2nd state title in 3 years. Now to the C North softball final. Number 1 Bucksport against number 2 Matt Nawcook. Both teams unbeaten. Top first, no score. Lynx with a runner on second, but the Bucks' Ella Hosford sits the next 2 batters down. Bottom 2, 1-0 Bucks. MA gets out of a jam here with no run, no outs, and a runner on third. They get the force out at home there and end it with a ground out. Bottom 4, 2-0 Bucks. Hosford up. She skies one deep into right field. That goes to the wall. Olivia Schutz scores. It's 3-0. Next batter, Sam Sear. Rolls one through the gap here, and Hosford scores to make it 4-0. The Bucks win the regional title. Final score 8-1. Now let's see if Bucksport can get the sweep. 3-seed Bucks baseball against top seed Matt Nawcook in this C North final. Top first, Bucksport up. Bucks Ryan Winchester rolls one into right. Gavin Holyoke scores to extend their lead. Top second, crazy play here. Bucks Ryan Terrell into right. Gunny Sear is going to score, and Terrell is going to try to get into second. There he goes. Try to get him out there. He's safe, and here comes Aiden McGuire now home, and he's safe. 2-run score. Top 4, Holyoke pops one to the left side. MA's Griffin House tracking it down and makes the great catch there. Bottom 4, McGuire up to bat now. He puts this one up the middle. Sear comes in to score another one. Bucksport goes crazy in this one. They win C North baseball 16-1, and the Bucks sweep the region.
It feels great. I mean,
our team works for this all year long, and it feels great. I mean, this is a two-peat for us.
It's super cool. I mean, no one in like our high school career has done it yet, so it's cool, and hopefully we'll go back-to-back soccer and softball.
To A North now, baseball final between 8-seed Edward Little and 7-seed Bangor. Top second, 1-1 game. Brady Vincent for the Eddies hits one deep to center. It goes to the wall. 2-run score, and it's 3-1. Bottom four, Rams down 7-3 until George Sokolow, a high fly ball to right center. That one will leave the park. A 3-run shot, and it's 7-6. Top five, Eddie's Cade Maselli. Going to lay the bunt down here. They'll tag him on the way to first, but TJ Kramar scores to make it 10-6, and that is the final. The 8-seed Edward Little are regional champs. And finally, back to Keswick Field. Top-seeded Oxford Hills against number 3 Skowhegan in the A North softball final. Top four, Jackie Dodge for Skowhegan lines this one into center field. Callaway LePage comes in to score, and it's 3-1 Oxford Hills. Later on, Skowhegan pop up into right center. Coming on is Triton Derenberger with a nice snag. Top seven now. Skowhegan down to the final strike of the season. Lydia Jones pops it to shallow left, but they have trouble with the play. 2-run scores. There's Arabelle Linkletter with the tying run, but Oxford Hills would walk it off in the bottom of the 7th off the bat of Miller to take home the regional title. 4-3 is the final.
It feels amazing. The last couple years I've been playing for this team, we've lost to Skowhegan in playoffs, so just going out like that is like such a surreal feeling. I'm so proud of the whole team.
Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by Deba's, 89 Main Street, Bar Harbor. T-shirts, apparel, souvenirs, footwear, jewelry, and fun stuff. The Loft Raw Bar and Seafood Grill offers a contemporary craft seafood experience, including a hyper-local daily oyster selection. Ben & Bill's Chocolate Emporium, known for our delicious high-quality chocolates made with original recipes and more than 64 flavors of ice cream.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Thursday, we have our Pet of the Week segment, and since Catherine Ravenscraft is taking some much-needed time off, we have a video sent in to us from Chelsea Brown at the Bangor Humane Society to give us a rundown of one of the dogs up for adoption.
Let's check it out.
Meet Bagheera, aka Baggy, aka Goofy Girl. She is a 3-year-old Great Pyrenees mix looking for her forever home. Could that be with you? Her likes include zoomies, snacks, and being the center of attention. Her dislikes includes birds and butterflies, having to share, and an empty treat container. Baggy is looking for a home with a seasoned dog owner that can keep up with her energy. As we stated prior, Baggy dislikes having to share. When she finds an item that she really likes, she definitely prefers not to share and will resource guard. It is very important that the new family is very experienced with resource guarding and working with her quirks. She really enjoys long walks on the beach, and she's looking for a family that can be understanding and patient with her and provide lots of daily brain and body exercise. This goofy girl would love a spacious home environment, and the sweetheart is large and in charge. She would prefer to be the only child in the home, as she really just loves to be the center of attention. As for other animals, she prefers to be the queen of her castle and wants to be the only animal in the home. Limited guests will be very important to make sure she has plenty of time to warm up and to adjust to new things. Bagheera is fantastic, crazy fun, and a sweet girl looking for her best friend. Please feel free to contact the Bangor Humane Society at 207-942-8902 or email adoption@bangorhumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
Cute little doggy.
I know. She's been there a while, too.
Hopefully finds a new home here pretty quick.
Yeah. All right, let's check in about that rain. Devin Biggs has all the details on what the rain is supposed to do.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. Alrighty, here we are. Fog isn't too bad out there this morning. No, again, look at this. Not very widespread, so no advisories at all across the entire state. We're looking pretty good there. We do have rain that's moving through this morning, tracking from the south, going toward the north. So we'll keep that going as the day progresses on, though, with more scattered showers and even some thunderstorms as we head towards the afternoon period. As we zoom things out just a bit, here's one area of low pressure right about in here, bringing us some rain this morning and some thunderstorms later on. There's another front off for the north and west, too. We'll be watching for more scattered showers and thunderstorms again as we head towards Friday afternoon. Let's break all this down with Futurecast. So again, showers, even a few rumbles of thunder during the afternoon period today, and a little bit this morning as well. By later on tonight, that starts to back off. We'll have some clouds and areas of dense fog as well. By Friday, we start off calm, with more scattered showers and thunderstorms expected, especially in the western parts of the state during the afternoon and evening time frame. And we'll kind of hold it there, though, especially as we head towards early Saturday morning, but a few of those showers could track off towards the east. We're going to run this all the way through parts of tonight, though, midnight Friday morning. Some areas could get close to 2/10 of an inch of rain, but otherwise, though, nothing very widespread, so it's going to be very hit and miss with how much rain that you do receive. Running this all the way through at least Monday, and some areas could see up to an inch of rain before we're all finished up there, if not just a little bit more. Our average high temperature is 75 degrees, lower to middle 70s today and tomorrow, upper 60s for you Saturday, lower 60s Sunday, back in the middle 60s Monday, upper 60s Tuesday, and then the upper 70s. Here we go as we head towards next Wednesday. Let's talk about the dew point, though. Again, the dew points are expected to be up a little bit, at least two parts of Friday. Friday reaching for possibly the middle 60s in a few areas, so that will feel a little humid out there. Then falling back Saturday and even more comfortable as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and also in your Tuesday. So for today, lower 70s, scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. By tonight, we have showers early, lows in the middle 50s, areas of dense fog on the way again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, some afternoon thunderstorms on the way, highs in the mid 70s. That northwest wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. So lower 70s today, middle 70s again tomorrow. Showers possible Saturday and Sunday, so Father's Day not looking great. A smaller chance for rain on Monday, highs in the mid-60s.
Wow, with fuel prices quickly rising and no end in sight, isn't it time to give Black's Heat Pumps a call? Did you know heat pumps could save you up to 50% on your heating bill? Our experts can handle all your commercial and residential work and provide you with quality installation, repair, and maintenance. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Our number one priority is to save you money and keep you comfortable all year long. Get the service you deserve. Find us at blacksheatpumps.com and on Facebook.
Shop at Label Shopper for the latest designer fashions, all at 30 to 70% less than department stores. With prices this low and styles for everyone, you can get more of the brands you love. Label Shopper. Great clothes, great prices.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Friday, June 16th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On sale Friday at 10 a.m. at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Pre-order the new album, Walk Around the Moon, now.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
Name
this little rock and roll legend.
Lupe Fiasco.
The comedy game show where Grandma knows best.
Empire State of Mind is performed by what rapper?
Jay-Z.
Generation Gap premieres June 29th on ABC.
The brown-tailed moth population might be lower in some areas this year. That's according to Maine's Forest Service entomologist, who says they've noticed wet conditions have led to higher mortality rates for the caterpillars on Eagle Island and Harpswell. He says those conditions are optimal for a type of fungus and virus that kills the insects. They haven't noticed it yet inland, but he doesn't rule out the possibility of it happening here. If you notice the caterpillars or moths in your area, there's a few things you can do.
If you see them crawling on the side of your house or on your deck, if you have a wet, dry shop vac with a good HEPA filter in it, put a couple inches of soapy water in the bottom, and you should be able to suck them up and dispose of them that way without really exposing yourself to the hairs.
Leaving your outside lights off in the summer can also help reduce their prevalence in your backyard. He does note multiple Maine counties, Waldo, Penobscot, and Androscoggin, are most subject to a higher moth population.
Bummer. This rain should help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Oh, excuse you. Okay.
Coughing all the time.
You're dehydrated.
Yeah. I think it's the Canadian wildfires. I'm going to blame it on that.
That's okay. Good excuse. Good excuse. Well, in other news, a piece of history is on display at the Bangor Historical Society in commemoration of the 160th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. A lithographic copy has been put on display for this upcoming season at the Historical Society. The document is a large facsimile of the final manuscript of the Emancipation Proclamation, along with a letter from President Abraham Lincoln to the organizers of the Northwestern Sanitary Fair in Chicago. Historians say it was used to raise funds for the U.S. Sanitary Commission and the Soldiers' Home in Chicago. The original document burned in the Great Chicago Fire of 1871.
There were some photographs of the original, so you do have the exact original copy, but I mean, when we're talking about photography in the 1860s, it's not what it is today, but I mean, very great foresight to, make sure that they did photograph the original.
The documents will be on display at the Thomas A. Hill House in Bangor during the 2023 season. For more information, visit bangorhistoricalsociety.org.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
And finally, whoopie pies always have and always will be a Maine dessert staple. The annual Whoopies for Whiskers event featured the treats, but more importantly, benefited a good cause, too. Their third annual fundraiser took place at the Bangor PetSmart yesterday, run by 10-year-old Don Venziano. With help of his family, all the proceeds go toward the Bangor Humane Society. Don sold the homemade whoopie pies at $2 and offered lemonade for 50 cents. He says he's very grateful to be able to contribute to the Bangor Humane Society.
Everything you do for them will count. Doesn't matter how you do it, doesn't matter where you do it, doesn't matter who you are, it will help them and the animals.
Don raised a total of $500. He hopes Whoopies for Whiskers will carry on for years to come. Good job by him.
Yeah, good job, Don.
That's
and of course, that's one of our favorite reporter, Jody Venziano's son.
Yeah, Jody Hershey. You know her as Jody Hershey on the air. That's her son. So I'm sure she and her husband Brian are very proud of him.
He's a great kid. Yeah.
He's a keeper, as they say.
You're right. Yeah. All right. If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com.
We'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22.